Okay, good evening. Good evening. Let's see. Good evening, everyone. Waiting for people to log in more. Hope everyone is okay. Good evening, good evening. Oh, it's Saturday. So my light today is not clear as I don't know, something's wrong with the laptop. I've tried to clean it. So I hope you can see me. I hope everybody can see me. And I hope everybody can hear me as well. Yeah. So I hope it's clear. My side, it looks clear, but at the same time, it doesn't look really clear. So I hope it is clear on your side. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. I'll wait a little bit more to get people coming on. So while we're waiting, and I'm also waiting for my guests to come on as well. Oh my gosh. As you can hear that, that's the fire alarm. I'm hoping. Okay, it stopped. Okay, sorry about that. So good evening, everyone. I hope all is well. And I hope everyone is coping okay with this COVID. Hope you're keeping safe and, you're looking after one another. For those who are logging in for the first time, my name is Maria and welcome to the Business Chat with Maria. And for those who are joining for the first time, who am I? I'm a mother, a wife, a professional careers advisor, and also a fundraising director for a charity called Zambians Together. My guest today is a mother. She's a wife. She's a singer. She's an author who has written 3 books. And on top of that, she's also an entrepreneur like myself in many business ventures. So today we're going to meet and I'll be talking to Ni-Si Mutale. Yes, she's Zambian. So it's really an honor to have her on my platform, as this business chat with Maria has really truly given me the opportunity to know who's doing what in the community, apart from Zambians, from other people from different ethnicities as well, learning about different business ventures, learning about different skills, teaching people how to start their own business. So I have on this platform interviewed quite a few people, and Ni-Si is someone who was introduced to me by Mom Charity Gondwe. And the time you introduced me, said, Maria, you have to make this lady sing at your next independence. And I tried to kind of do events with her, but COVID took it all away from me. Every event I planned with her, it's like COVID was like, no, you're not doing this event. No, you're not doing this event. So I've taken it as a blessing in disguise to say God has bigger things for me and Ni-Si. So this business chat with Maria today with her, it will just give a brief intro of who she is, so that the bigger events and bigger ideas I have to do with her for the future, you will know why she's involved in the project I'll be doing with her. So with no further ado, we will start the interview. As said, we'll start at 4 p.m. and my guest is on. I can see her and she's looking flawlessly beautiful. I can see her. She's looking so amazing as well. So I'll bring Ni-Si on and she will introduce herself, and hopefully you guys will get to know her and get to ask questions. We'll try to answer some questions as we go. If not, we'll try and answer the question at the end. So let me bring Ni-Si on so that you guys can know who this beautiful Zambian lady is. So Ni-Si, I'll bring her on now. Good evening. You're looking amazing.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, you look so beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
Yeah, good, good. I really can't complain, especially when you look at all that's going on in the world. you just keep on counting your blessings, you know.
That's it. And that's the best we could do. Count the blessings rather than looking at the, what if, what could I, the main thing, we're alive, we are healthy, we got family, we got friends that we could talk to, looked up to. So it is important. So I'm glad to hear you're well. And thank you so much for coming on the business chat with Maria. It's truly an honor to have you. Like I was saying to the audience, that I've been trying to have you for a long time. We planned the mother and children event that didn't work through. We tried to do the independence that didn't work through, but we're here today, So we're here, and so we'll be waiting for more people to log in, and hopefully more people log in as we go. And the questions I'll put on the screen, so you just read through the questions and answers, as you go. And along the way, I'll ask some questions as well. So please be yourself and just feel free. So just to start with, kindly introduce yourself to the audience so they know at least who you are before we go into the questions.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Ni-Si. I'm a singer, songwriter, author, as you saw on the flyer. Born in Zambia, so born in Kitwe. Both my parents are Bemba. Very, very proudly Zambian, and was raised to believe so as well. Have lived in England all my life, and I'm just really fortunate to have come to know a really close-knit Zambian community, even though I've lived here for the majority of my life. Started singing, I think like most people, in church, and that kind of gave me the confidence, the craft, and the skill to take my talent forward. And then the rest is history. Released some singles, released some books, was Miss Southern Africa representing Zambia a couple of years ago. Just been blessed, so blessed.
Oh wow, so I've learned a lot about you today. So I'm gonna oh my god, that's amazing. So I've learned a lot about you. That's amazing. So I didn't know you were Miss Southern Zambia. You represent the Southern Miss Southern Zambia.
UK, yeah.
Oh wow, when was that? That's amazing. When was that?
Probably, I'm guessing here, it was 2015, 2016.
Oh wow, where was I? How did I miss you out? I'm always How did I miss you out? Yeah, I'm surprised. I'll speak to Auntie Hilda and find out how I missed you out.
Yeah, I know Auntie Hilda. A couple
of years
by doing something. Yeah.
Yeah, that is okay. That's amazing. I can see from your introduction, you a lady of jack of many trades. You do so many things. You are a mother. You are a wife. You're an entrepreneur. There's so many things you do. So we're gonna start. Ask you some questions. So please, just let us know so that people can learn from you. So the whole purpose of Business Chat with Maria is for others to learn from each other. It's a network, a platform for other people to understand that to start something, it doesn't just happen like that. Like you said with your singing, you started singing from church. So you didn't just become a singer randomly. You had to do some practice and eventually, And I hope you've got some books to show us, and maybe your first CD. I hope you've got all those things to show us off as well.
Yes, not physical copy. I didn't think of that actually. I probably should have.
You okay. There's always a next time. There's always a next time. There's always a next time. Yeah. So the first question I'm going to ask is, tell us how you became a singer and when did you start singing, please?
Yeah. So as I said in the intro, I started singing in church, and that was really the basis for me. So I started singing at church very young, probably about 4 years old. Used to actually sing with my family. So we would sit down and would practice harmonies together, my mom, my dad, my siblings. Then we'll get on stage and sing, because at my church we didn't have a choir. So if you wanted to sing, it was something you had to do off your own back. So that's how it started. And then, you build up your confidence, started singing in school, as in primary school, started singing.
Yeah.
Then in secondary school, I was actually in a girl band. So there was my two other young ladies. And if you've grown up in England, you'll know about like garage music and MC.
Oh, yes. So, yeah.
Vocalists for like garage music, MCs, and just go on that circuit.
Right.
And then I left that group and started singing by myself, but again, would still provide backing vocals for like MCs and
Uh-huh.
rappers. But the turning point for me was actually only three years ago.
Right.
So just after I gave birth to my first son, I was like, you know what? Singing is my dream and my passion.
The
And I've
passion.
kind of just let it fall by the wayside. You know, you get distracted. We like to
Of
call it,
course. Of
it was
course.
just distracted. And I said, I want my son to be able to believe in himself and to go full
Yeah.
force for whatever he wants to do. But
Yeah.
children imitate what they see.
Of
So, in
course.
order
Yeah.
for him to believe in his dreams, I need to believe in mine. So,
True.
I gave birth, and then that's when I released my very first single. I'd never released any music before then.
Wow.
Since that time, I've gone on to release two more singles, and I've had another child.
Oh,
So now,
wow.
two children and
Awesome.
three singles later, this is where we are.
Wow. But like you said, your children were your motivation,
Yeah,
and you
definitely.
wanted to do something what you've been trying to do for such a long time. And like you said, we do get distracted in the in in the world. Sometimes it could be we're too busy working, and we think we can't do our dream alongside. And for you, your children are like, no, 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 they have to see. And because children learn by seeing, they learn by
Exactly.
seeing. If my mom can do it, I can do it. If my
Yeah.
mom can be, I can be, which is, and I think that's amazing. So, kudos to you for doing that. Because
Thank
for me personally, that's my belief. And working in school as a careers advisor, that's exactly what I do, is to empower and guide and support young people to believe in themselves. I do so by leading by example as well. So that's fantastic.
you. Thank you.
Yeah. So what was your first single called? And where was it played in terms of a UK? Because I know UK is different. Was it played in Zambia? Was it only played in the UK? How far did it go with the first single?
Yeah, so the first single is called Hello Hi, and it was just about being empowered as a woman to make, not to pursue a guy, but to let him know that you like him. Because I know sometimes
Right.
we can have our guard so far up, and then we say,
Yeah.
"Oh, why is it only this kind of men that approach me?" But it's like, well, then maybe you need to
To
show
step
that.
up your game.
Exactly. Exactly. So hello, hi is literally about having that confidence to say hello,
Okay.
hi. There's no
Yeah.
rules against that. And so that single, that one was the one that really introduced me to the independent UK scene. So a lot of
Right.
independent radio stations played it, kind of Top FM. Actually, it was played on BBC, but not immediately. So as kind of more people have got to know about me, then BBC
Yeah, because I
represent.
know I heard it on BBC, and then I played them after when I got introduced to you as well. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, so it was just a lot of independent stations. But the great thing about that song is because it's a dance track as well, I then
Mhm.
also performed live. So a lot of club and gig
Oh,
events
wow.
were then seeing, oh, okay, we like this song and
Oh,
we
nice.
like you as a person. So even though we've never seen you perform before, we trust that you'll be able
To do the
to.
job.
And actually, the Zimbabwean community has been very, very supportive in
Very.
competition
Oh,
with the
yay.
Zambian community. Yes.
I'm Zimbabwean, so when you say I'm still one of the yay.
They've been very, very, very supportive. So yeah, and in Zambia as well, actually. But again, only after I released a couple more singles and people saw, okay, this is not just a one single kind of thing.
Right, right, okay. And so, do you have any Zambian singer that you'd like to collaborate with in the future, either
Yes,
in UK or either in Zambia? Have you ever done that? Because I
I've
know
never
all your songs are all in English. Do you plan to sing
yeah,
in Zambian language, like a mixed touch of it as well? I don't know.
actually that's my not my next bus stop, but like the
Mhm.
bus stop after the next is to incorporate,
Okay,
you know, bits of Bemba here and there, but obviously I
okay.
have to scrub up on my Bemba first to make sure I'm not offending and insulting by putting
No,
my words.
I think you can drop in a little Mulishani, the little
But
things you know what I mean?
I want it to be, I want people to hear the song and think, actually, Bemba is a beautiful language, you know, like
Yeah,
a bit more than just one word.
I get
But
you.
yes, lots of artists that I'd like to collaborate with. I'm trying to think of the names now. Songwriting wise, definitely Emily Sunday. Like her songwriting is just out of
Is no, oh, she's at another level. Yes.
exactly, you know. So
She's at
she's
another
definitely
level.
out of this world. And then I can see her face in my mind. And then you know when you can't
Is
remember
she
the name.
UK based or Zambian based?
No, Australia.
Australia.
Yeah.
Is that no? Is it Mwali or something in Australia?
No.
If I can remember.
No, I'll come back
Okay.
to that. But anyway,
Yeah.
UK based, there's a rap artist called Renee who I would, you know, love to do some work with. She's really, really powerful, really, really amazing. I would love to do some sort of independent song. Valentina, her voice is really, really beautiful.
Good.
Well, there's Kay. I only know her as Kay, but I know that's not her full name. But Kay as well. She's a singer. She's very, very good. And actually, what I've seen is, especially in the UK, there are a lot of independent Zambian artists.
Yes. Yes.
Just
There are a lot. There are a
yes,
lot. But
and
they're
they're really,
hidden. They're very
yes,
hidden. You have to kind
yes,
of dig them like a diamond.
yes.
No,
There's a
they're hidden, trust me. And there's so many talented Zambian singers. Like with you, Auntie Charity Gondwe was the one who told me about you. Say,
yeah,
bring this one to come and perform at UK Zambia Independent. I was like, who is she? She was
yes,
like, you will love her. She's good. She's talented. So I kind of did a little stalking. I stalked you a little bit,
yeah,
you know. I played your little video. I was like, you know what? Let me do an event with her. And that's how we planned that first event together. So we're gonna do this event together. Because through the introduction of Aunt Charity, I was like,
yeah.
let me research and then so I can't wait to do a project together. I can't wait. I
Wow.
really
Well,
can't wait.
thank you,
Yeah.
Auntie Charity. We've known each other since I was a child. So myself and her
Wow.
children used to go to school together. So we've known each other
Wow.
for
It's
years. Yeah.
amazing. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Yeah. So thank you to her for introducing us. So,
Yeah.
like you were saying, UK do definitely has a lot of artists, and we're hoping, they'll come on more, and hopefully in the 2021, if this pandemic goes away, we can make it happen. We can make it happen because you've mentioned a lot of singers, so I know you got connection to work with
Definitely.
them. And the someone was asking about the Australian one. Is she a rapper? So they want to see if they could help. That's
Yes,
Caroline asking to say, in
yes,
Australia, is she a rapper? Yes,
yes, he is.
Caroline said the person in Australia is a rapper.
Yeah.
Uh, is this saying is this one here?
Yes. Uh,
Oh, so,
no, it's not Sam. What's the name? Nearly,
or
but it is
Sampa?
Sampa. Yes,
Okay,
Sampa the Great. That's the
Caroline knows the music as well.
one. She's amazing. I'd be like,
I
I
need
don't
to
like
I
to
need to research on her.
legendary. Yes, she is legendary. 50, 100
Really?
years from now, they'll look back and they'll mention Sampa. She's
Wow.
amazing.
No, I don't know. I've never heard of her. This is my first time. So I will look into her as well myself. So thank you, Caroline, for helping on that one. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
helping. Yeah, I haven't researched on the Australia side before. So that's why I didn't
Yeah,
know how to help you on that one.
so powerful.
Yeah, so on that one I couldn't help. So the second question, I know you are a jack of many trades. So the next question is about your book writing, because you've written 3 books
Yeah,
which are on sale right now on Amazon. So
yeah.
before you could tell us about your book, please tell us where people can find them, and then tell us about your book writing, how you came to write 3 of them, and what inspired you about the titles that you chose as well, please.
Yeah. So you can find the books on Amazon and pretty much any other online store. However, if you're unsure, I'll tag them in this clip when you post it online, so you'll be able to see them. So the book writing took off a lot earlier than my singing. So my first book I actually
Right.
published immediately after I had finished university, and I wrote it whilst I was during university. So for those who don't
Okay.
know, my degree is in English literature, and whilst I was doing my degree, I kept a journal without thinking that I was going to publish it. It was just, you're going through your late teens.
Yeah.
There's so much that you're experiencing, so much that you're trying to process. And I used to write poetry and blog posts. So once I finished university and I looked back at who I was at the end versus who I was at the beginning, I said, you know what? I want to help people navigate this journey because it's hard, especially
It
as a
is.
Black woman. I feel like we're getting better at it now, but 10 years ago, there were not that many Black British young women sharing their experiences and sharing their
Right.
stories. And actually my dissertation, if anybody wants to ask me about that, is about the
Okay. Okay.
the Black man in the 20th century. I'm saying we talk a lot about it now. 10 years ago, it was a very, very different situation. So the first book is called Finding Me, and it's literally about that, how I found myself, how I managed to get to a point where I didn't care about people's opinions, where I was so confident in who I am and who I was and my unique experiences, and just sharing with people, my heartbreaks, family issues, just everything that you wouldn't necessarily share. Because remember, when I was writing these blog posts, the blog posts would be shared, but when I was writing my poems, they were just for me, and I found them very therapeutic. So that
Right.
was Finding Me. And then after that, I released Beautiful, as in beauty, and then full, spelled
Okay.
Full. And that was after I had won Miss Southern Africa. And that was really,
Right. Oh, I love that. I love that.
um, I really do believe in God. I really do believe in the fact that we are spiritual and powerful beings. I really do believe in Jesus Christ. And I said, sometimes people find a beautiful girl
Yeah.
and holding on to your purity. They just can't put it together in their mind, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Yeah.
beautiful is about how you can be pure and you can be
Indeed.
full of beauty and you can be
Yeah.
powerful all at the same time.
All at the
You
same time. Yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah.
And again, the great thing about that is I was still very young when I published it. So I think I was about 22.
Oh,
So again,
wow.
for the young women to be able to identify and
Find
see,
themselves.
back then, I'm trying to think, was I still a virgin? I still was, maybe, possibly. But yes, yeah, you can go on this journey and be
Yeah.
pure and full of beauty. And
Yeah.
then the final book that I say final, the final of the three that I've
Well,
released
the
so
three that you've got. Yes. Yeah.
exactly, it's called Lessons from Dad. And so my dad is late now. He passed away
Oh,
this
may
year.
so rest in
Bless his
peace.
soul. He taught me so many lessons, so many powerful lessons. But growing up, I saw a lot of people didn't have great relationships with their dad. So to put it into perspective, my dad was the person who bought me my first sanitary pads. We
Wow.
used to sit and talk
Mhm.
about, like, if I was seeing one boy and I'll be telling him,
He was your
oh,
best friend.
yeah, that just,
Yeah.
and also when we used to sing as a family,
Yeah.
he my voice is quite low. If you've heard of my music, my voice is quite low, and he always used to provide the low harmonies. But he also
Oh.
taught me, and I always say this to people because, as a side note, in my career, I became a manager very, very young. I think I was 23 when I first started managing a team of 10 people.
Oh,
And the
wow.
reason I had confidence to do it is because my dad had always said to me, you know what, Ni-Si, a boulder can learn from a rock, meaning a
Yep.
big person can learn from a small
From
person.
a small
So
person. Yes.
ever walk into a room and think because you're young or because
Yeah.
anything else that might make you feel small,
Hmm.
don't let it make you feel small.
Yeah.
But I understand not a lot of people have had that kind of relationship with their dad. So I wanted to just share those lessons,
Yeah.
with the people. So the great thing is my dad actually writes the foreword for the book as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
own
Oh,
words, you hear like
yeah.
what his vision was when he was raising his
Yeah.
children, and there's 5 of us.
Yeah.
So he had a big job, and my mum is in the picture as well. So I don't want people to think I was brought up by a single dad. And I will be releasing a book called Lessons from Mum because she's taught me a
Fantastic.
whole also
Different
equally
lessons. Yeah.
powerful lessons.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Lessons from Dad, and actually the great thing about Lessons from Dad is I was able
Hmm.
to go and share that at orphanages in
Oh,
Zambia and
fantastic.
young women's homes.
Yeah.
And I gave them away for free. It wasn't a money
Yeah.
making expedition.
Of course,
It
because
was
you knew the meaning behind it was too
exactly,
vital. Like the money wouldn't have made a difference. It's the difference they'll make
exactly.
to someone reading the book. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, those are the three, and they're all just about the journey of the young woman. You know, I'm not even going to say black.
So they about your journey as a young woman, you know, finishing school, getting into life, and you know. So the next book, like you said before, mom. The next will be about being a wife. Who knows? You know, entrepreneur.
Yeah, no, you're on the money.
Exactly. Yeah, no, that's amazing, and I'm really happy to hear the relationship you have with your dad, which you had with your dad. I'm sorry because I know it's past, but that's a memory you can treasure forever, for the rest of your life. And from the way you spoke about him, you just gave me goosebumps because I'm very close to my dad. Me and my dad are like best friend. He was the first person as well I told about my period, because you know I was like, what's happening? And you know what I mean? And that's how close me and my dad are. And I find that it's very important for children to be very close to their parents, especially like in this world where we are, when there's so much going on outside the world, that at home our children need to be able to speak to their own parents.
Yeah.
And if they can't speak to their own parents, the world is closing on them, then it becomes very difficult. So it's very, so I would definitely buy your books and read your books. You know, and the one you said about the beautiful, I like that, because you did this Miss Southern Africa, which was to do with beauty, and then you wrote a book, but say it's not just about beauty, it's about everything. I can do it, I'm strong, you know, I'm bold. So I'll definitely read them. And I'll definitely, you know, give you feedback on that one as well. So people get her books. Yeah. It's a shame she didn't bring copies. I thought she would show us the titles today.
I know.
That could be for another time. Yeah. So what other business or side hustle do you have? Because I know you do. Because I know you do a lot. Because I do have you on my WhatsApp, and I follow YouTube. You're very busy. You're a very busy person.
Definitely. And you know what though, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea in terms of like there's just so much that I've got going on and I don't have strategy. So there's different levels of priority that I give to each thing, you know. So my music is my top priority, and that's where I'll put most of my time, obviously aside from my family. So I'm not saying it comes
of course. No, we're talking about business here. This is business with Maria. We're talking business here now, so don't worry.
Exactly, just wanted to clarify. So it goes music, and then pretty much everything else, you know. The music is the number one, and the rest are side hustles. So I do FM World, and for those who don't know what FM World is, I love perfume. I love smelling really, really good, and I don't like spending extortionate amounts of money, you know. Like, especially when you have kids. If you haven't got that, if you can't match the money you're spending on cosmetics to your children's savings account, you can't.
Then don't even don't bother.
Yeah, you can't afford it. A lot of people have mismatched priorities. It's
priorities.
Like
thank you. They do. Yeah.
Your children have nothing in savings.
In their saving. Yeah.
So that being said, FM World matches the exact same fragrance notes as the designer brands, but it comes with a plain bottle. So that's why you're able to get it so cheap, because they're not paying for, you know, individual bottle packaging, bottle colors. No, so it's a very simple, sleek kind of white and black bottle, like, you know, like the Joe Malone packaging.
Would you have one? Would you have one to show us?
Again, no.
Oh my goodness. I know the Joe Malone because I've got that perfume, so I know what you mean. But the Joe Malone has the white writing on it. So does the FM come the same like that?
Yes, exactly. And how you distinguish the fragrances is they're just numbers. So number 1 might be Coco Chanel. Number 2 is Jimmy Choo. Number 3 is Gucci. So it's the numbers that distinguish them. So I do FM World, and that's all via my WhatsApp. So in fact, what I'll do is I'll drop my number below. So basically the world has my phone number. And if anybody wants to find out any information, they can just WhatsApp me or send me a message, or if they want to order.
Yeah.
The other thing that I do is my YouTube. So the YouTube is like getting to know me as a person. So the music is what I put out, but it's a very streamlined view. So if you want to know me as like a 3D whole person, the YouTube is the place to head to, because I'll post my music videos, I'll post my music, I'll post chit chats, I'll post my family. It's just
something to keep you going.
Exactly. It's a lifestyle channel, you know, and I express my opinions on there. But then finally, I also have a consultancy. So my 9 to 5, I'm a business change manager. but
Business change.
business change, yes.
Okay.
So whenever a business is going through any sort of transformation, they need guidance on the best way to get their return of investment.
Right.
That guidance is me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So that's your 9 to 5 job.
That's my 9 to
Right.
5. So think of it as like project management on steroids, you know?
Yes.
So you've got like the ABC, like the doing, but the business change is you wrap around that. How do you get people's mindsets and skills and knowledge to change so that at the end of it, you don't just have a process change, you've got a whole change of organization and a whole change of the entire person, you know? That's business change. So I have an offshoot of that, which is consultancy. So I focus on helping small businesses get that same value, because if you were to get a business change manager in as a consultant, it's very, very expensive, and most small businesses can't afford it. However, because the world is moving so fast, most businesses are having to continually go through business change. So my consultancy is about upskilling small businesses so that they can handle that business change for themselves and maximize their return on investment. So the website is changemanagementnow.co.uk. And that's how you can find out about my consultancy services on that.
And I like your consultancy business, because especially in this lockdown right now, and you've said a lot of business are going through changes. So some are moving from office to virtual line, some are moving, and so it's important that people understand how to make those changes, because sometimes it becomes too confusing. And to get someone who has the experience, the knowledge to advise you and guide you, it makes you benefit from it. Yes, it's costly, but nothing comes for free. You have to pay for a good service in order to get, to push up your business. So at the end, I'll get your details and I will share so that people can log in as well. Because as you know, this is watched by so many different people, and I share it on different platforms as well. So I'm hoping other people will be able to use your services, because it is important as well. Just quick question about the perfume. When you say, because you say they're recognized by numbers, but they're like the real perfumes. How do you know that the real perfume? Is it the ingredient that tells you that, or?
Yes, the ingredients, and also they're made in the exact same factory that your designer perfumes are made.
I get you. So it's okay. So it's like saying, so is it like saying Gucci and Zara? They work all made in the same factory, but each sell differently according to their market and.
Exactly. So it's like a brand cannot own a scent.
Of course.
They can't.
You can't own a scent. You can't own my scent.
No. They only own the brand. So we've said, okay, you keep your brand, but we'll take the scent.
Of course. It makes sense now. So I hope, please, at the end, you share those details so that we can share to the audience.
Definitely.
So the next question is, being a mother, a wife, a businesswoman, what do you do for encouragement or to be motivated? Because I know with you've gone through a lot through the last year with your parents passing and going through other things. But like I've said to you, I have been following you, and I can see you're a very strong woman. You're very determined. You're very, you keep on going despite. And I'm thinking, wow, okay, I like Ni-Si. Seriously, no, this is me saying the truth. I like to look at people who persevere regardless what's going around them, because I know it's not for everybody. During this lockdown, some people have given up and they think the world has come to an end. Some of us, maybe you and me, we think beyond. We're like, nah, this is an opportunity. When there's a crisis, it's an opportunity for each one of us. So it's just to think and say, what can I do in this situation? What can I come out of this situation? So I have seen you with that. So could you kind of please tell us, how do you keep motivated and keep going?
You know what? First of all, again, God, I know that the only thing we're promised in life is trouble. That's the only thing that we ever and have ever been promised is trouble. So if you're saying, okay, I'm only going to do this when things are good in my life, you're never going to do anything, because we literally just go through cycles of trouble in life. And it's the way you view that trouble that determines the kind of person you are. So number one, just staying grounded in God and knowing that all this is happening, but it's happening for a reason. And also, you mentioned, yeah, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm a businesswoman. My husband is so supportive, so supportive. And
That's amazing.
without him, I don't know how I would have been able to
Manage.
carry on, in the sense that I like being busy. I like having a lot going on, and he helps with the children, and he'll
Yeah.
he'll he'll speak life into me. He helps build me up. He understands that I've got a lot on my shoulders, and instead of being another burden, he helps me carry it. And then also looking at my children. So I've got a
Right.
4-year-old and a 1-year-old. And I'm like, what? This is such a blessing. There's so many people around the world who either A, cannot have children and really long for them, or two, have
Yeah.
children, but because of different trauma or whatever they're going through, they can't
Mm-hmm.
enjoy their
Mm-hmm.
children. Or number three, they have
Mm-hmm.
children and actually they don't see the blessing in it. But
Yeah.
I wake up and I look at my children, especially when my dad
Yeah.
passed or my brother passed, seeing my then newborn baby, I was like,
Yeah.
this is the cycle of life, and
Yeah.
he's not going to have me forever. So I
Yeah.
need to make sure that whilst we're both in each other's lives, what
Make the
we're
most
doing
of it.
exactly to make the time count. And then finally, just staying around the other people who fall into those categories. So other mothers, other wives, other businesswomen, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that we're constantly speaking into each
Yeah.
other. Like, people, I think, especially in this generation, and especially with being online, we can be
Mm-hmm.
mistaken in thinking that we're alone. We're never alone. We're
You're
never
never.
alone.
Yeah.
It's your perspective that will make you think that you're
You are
alone.
alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a combination of all of the above is what keeps me motivated.
No, I'm happy to hear that. Especially the one thing I would say I'll pick from it is the support system. Support system, like for me, and when you start talking about your family, it felt like you're explaining me. I'm a very busy bunny. Okay. No, I like to keep busy. My brain needs to work every minute. I'm always thinking every minute. I'm always thinking business. I'm a proper businesswoman. So, but with me, like you said, with you, I have the same support. I have the good support around me. So, like with my husband, is very supportive. He helps me looking after the kids. He's there for me.
Yeah.
So, and with the community, with me, I have the right friends around me who I
Yeah.
can call and we can talk. And say, "Girl, this is happening." Or I feel like giving up, and they're telling Maria, "Please, if you give up, we also will do it." So, and that is very important. But like you said, another thing that you said, where you said people feel like they're alone, and I feel like it's easy sometimes for us to say that. Like yesterday, I went to the laundrette. I wanted to dry the clothes because with this COVID, I feel like if I go
Yeah.
to the high heat, they'll kill
Yeah.
every damn bacteria. That's my brain anyway. That's my brain telling me that anyway. So when I went there, I met an old lady, and we started chatting. How are you? How are you doing? To keep the time going. Then from nowhere, she just says, "I feel comfortable with you. Can I
Oh,
can I talk to you?" And I was like, "Yeah." But my time, the machine's about to finish. I'm about to go, and I was like, "Okay, you know what? Let me give her the time." She just said she's lonely. The thing that she talked about,
mm,
I was so heartbroken. And she said, "But I've got children. They don't check up on me. They don't call me.
mm,
And I've worked and looked after them." And I'm like, wow. And I tried to say to her, "It's not your fault. Don't blame
yeah.
yourself. You've done your part. I'm hoping they'll have their own children and they will learn, and hopefully they will understand the importance of you being here,
Yeah.
because some people learn different way."
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing your personal, because I know with you, you've gone through a lot, and you're still going, and
Yeah.
keep going. I watch you.
Thank
I may not
you.
comment as much, but trust me, I follow you. I see what you're doing. Sometimes I'm like, this girl is like me. She's a go-getter. Seriously, you're a go-getter. You go for it. And the next question is, how do you balance your entrepreneurial life with friends that don't understand the challenge we experience? So those friends who don't understand you, how do you balance that?
You know what? Honestly, I don't have any friends who don't understand. Those ones
Wow.
got left behind a long time ago. Because one thing that I've committed to is I don't explain myself. Like, if you don't get it, if people are committed to misunderstanding you, they will misunderstand you. That
Regardless.
And that's just how life is. And I feel like in your teenage and in your early kind of 20s and whatever, you can sort of keep going back and forth with people back and forth. But that time explaining, it's a waste of time to me. It's a waste of time. Instead of us thinking about how we can make our next business move, or how we can make the best investments for our children, or how we can better for our husbands, there's so many other conversations that you could be having.
You can have, yeah.
As opposed to, so I haven't checked up. Have you checked up on me?
I should be laughing. It's not funny, but I hear what you're saying.
I said it.
Life, I feel like it's a give and take,
Yeah.
You cannot just be a one-way stream unless the other person is unable to communicate, or they're going through difficult, or then it's understandable. But if you can both communicate, my friend, you can't come to me and say, why are you not doing this? When did you last check up on me? Because I might need someone to check on me too,
Yeah, exactly. So no, I've never had a friend who has done that, because also, again, maybe it's a bit selfish, but most of my friends are like me in the sense that they just get on and do things. So I see it as a blessing when somebody checks up on me. Even if it's in 8 months, they haven't checked up on me. But today they've checked up on me. I'm like, thank you, God. And then it reminds me, and then I think, okay, actually, let me check up on somebody else. So I'm just thankful that somebody in the busy, especially London, is so busy. For those people working around the world, we don't have house help. We don't have help from
we don't have exactly. Yeah, we don't have
for anything, basically. So it's all on our heads. And for somebody to take the time out, whatever the frequency is, to check on me, I just feel so blessed,
Yeah. And for me, I always say, with the phone, we save names, but all the names on the phone get saved alphabetically, A to Z, right? So for me, my name is Maria, start with M. So when I can see someone can scroll onto their contact list, find M and call me, for me, I'm like, you know what? I should have the same effort to call that person. That's me. You know what I mean? There's some people, yes, they don't check up, but sometimes, and if I understand, I normally check up as well. I got a friend of mine in America, Anna. We don't talk a lot during the year, but every birthday, every Christmas, it's a must. We both send each other cards. If one of us don't send that card, it just feels so awkward. Like, oh, something's wrong here. Why did I not send the card? So every year it's her birthday, and we're all both in March as well. So she's a March baby, and Christmas we all send each other cards, regardless of what year. Every year. But when it comes to communicating, we don't talk as much.
Yeah.
It's only a bit on the Facebook commenting. Those are the kind of communication we have.
Right. Yeah.
And it is important, like you said, your friends to understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because they don't understand, it's too time consuming to explain. And I feel it's a setback.
Big time.
You're spending too much time talking about things that are irrelevant. And another thing you said was, if you can afford to buy a shoe for £50, but that month you can't put £50 in your child saving account. There, you're not making sense.
No.
How can you do one or the other without doing the other one? You have to use common sense,
Exactly.
So if you don't have a friend that can do that, or that can guide you and tell you, Maria, okay, you're going the wrong track as well, it's another, you please leave my life. Just leave me alone. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I know you've spoken about them, but who were your mentors that encouraged you? I know your dad, your mom, your family, your husband.
Good question. Okay, so I have a lot of I feel like my mentors come to my life in seasons, as in the ones who are physically there in front of me. So I've had managers that have been really good mentors. I've had people like in school and uni who have had really good mentors, but I guess online are the ones who stay, or not even online necessarily, but I read a lot. I read a lot and a lot and a lot, and I'll go back to books because I don't often buy physical books. I'll mostly buy on my Kindle, because if I was to buy a physical book, my house would just be full
of books.
Especially because I like to go back to them. So for those thinking, oh, why don't you just give it to a charity shop? No, then how can you throw it back to it? But in terms of like mentors, like lifetime mentors, I'm really fascinated and intrigued by the teachings of Miles Monroe. So even though
Okay.
he's late as well, God rest his soul, I'll continually watch his sermons. I'll continually read his books. Also, Oprah's managed to achieve just so much
So
within
much.
her lifetime, and who
Yeah.
she is as a person
Yeah.
is really powerful. I'm trying to think, who else am I also really intrigued by? This comes in phases as well, but depending
Okay.
on what my financial goals are, I'll find
Yes.
people who in that season have met them, and
That
then I
okay.
will like, just
You
stalk.
can then they can mentor you. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was still like different things that they've done. And same for health and fitness as well. So depending on what my health and fitness goals are, I'll find somebody that kind of matches my journey as well. Because obviously I've given birth to 2 children. So there's no point in me finding a 16-year-old who's never had any children and saying that's the body I want. It's not realistic. I need to find somebody who has also had children and who's also kind of my frame, and then I'll be like, okay, yes, they can do it, I can do it, and I'll watch that. So yeah, my mentors, they come in seasons, and there's so
Yeah.
many. But also life is a mentor for me, and what I mean by that is I really do believe, even though if you're watching you might think, cool, she talks a lot, but I do spend a lot of time in silence, and just thinking and reflecting. I think that is so powerful and probably our greatest teacher. If you can't take time to be comfortable and alone with yourself, I don't even see how
Then
you properly apply anything that even the greatest mentor in the world
yeah.
teaches you.
True. Yeah. You need time to reflect everything you learn into the world. You gotta take time to sit back, reflect, process it, and then
Exactly.
put it out either in a paper or
Mm.
speak it out and then go into the world. And
Yeah.
for me, I'd like to do that. With me, I'm more of a note. I take notes.
Nice.
I'm a notes. No, I'm a notes taker. Seriously, if let's say even like work meeting,
Yeah.
you don't have to ask for minutes. I would have done all the minutes. I take notes of
I'm
everything.
the same.
Seriously, I just take notes of everything because I just want something to always refer to. So if
Yeah.
someone's talking on the phone, and let's say I'm driving, and it's a very important, let's say I was expecting an important call, and I tell them I'm driving, I can't talk. Say no. I said no. You can talk, but I gotta take notes because I know this information. I will need it. I need to write it down so that if I can't reach you, I know what you said and I can send that information somewhere else. So I'm very like no taking.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And that helps me to reflect, sit back, and see what I've done and achieved. I've got this thing, tick box. I've got this tick box thing. I have to have always a tick box. What can I do? No, I just find it like it helps to have a tick box because I remember when I came to this country, I had a tick box. I have to finish university. I have to drive by this age. I have to be married by this age. I have to have a house by this age. I have to have kids by this age. I had an age thing, everything. Till now, I'm like, I'm gonna have this by this age. It's just a natural thing. So like this year, I prayed before my 40th birthday. I gotta get myself the biggest present, and I'm working on it. So it's one of those dream girl. Shoot, it has to happen. You have to believe in yourself. It has to happen because I've already told myself before I'm 40, it has to happen. Whether I like it.
Nice. And I know you like enjoying life. I like watching your WhatsApp story, and I'm like, how did you like? Where is this? I think I've messaged you a couple of times. Where's this?
Yes.
Where's this?
No,
So I know
life. You see what? For me, right? Life, I don't take for granted. Like this lockdown has shown life can change in a blink of an eye.
Literally.
And when you look at the Bible says tomorrow is never promised.
Never.
Enjoy your moment. Enjoy your today. Worry about tomorrow when it comes. So for me, that's what I do. And some people who don't know me, they may not understand what I do. I just live for the moment and I make the most of life because tomorrow is never promised. Why should I? If I die, if I'm going to go to heaven, hell, I want to say I've done it all. I've had life and I've enjoyed it. I don't want to be going to God and start telling him, take me back to earth, or you know what I should have done. No, I don't have time for that. It's like, give me champagne, let's sit down, let me watch who's coming in. That's me, you know. So that's why I do what I do. Life is just too short, you know. It's too short, you know. And with the people you have, your friends you have, spend the best time with them now, because you never know. You know, you don't want to just say, I wish I could have, only if. Why did you not do something about it?
Yeah.
You know. So that's why with business, with everything, I do the same. I just take a risk. But life is a risk. So it's business. So sometimes you got to take risk. So the next question, this one here, is about what is your driving force to become an entrepreneur? One, I know with the books, it's more of an educational, purposely done to educate other people who might want to be in your shoes or who are thinking less value of themselves. And then the consulting one, what made you start? Is that because of the experience being a manager, or what made you start that business or the FM business?
Both of them, just because I think it's very risky just relying on your 9 to 5, you know. I think and I'm a risk averse person. Every single thing in life I'll do a risk analysis. And my risk analysis,
you have to do SWOT. You have to. A risk analysis is very important.
Yeah, everything, you know. Even when I'm out with my friends and they're like, oh yeah, let's do this. No, I'm already thinking, no, but say if you fall and you break your back, say if it, no, like everything.
Okay.
So I was like, no, you only have a 9 to 5. And the reason why I did kind of like a smaller business, so the FM, and then one that's on a bigger scale, is because I think it's important to try different things and to learn lessons. And as long as time is on your side, and I believe time is on your side unless you're literally looking to retire in like 10 years. If you're not looking to retire in 10 years, I think 10 years is enough time to rewrite wrongs, you know. So I really do believe in trying and testing different things and seeing what happens in different markets. So I purposely went into the beauty industry and into the consultancy industry because I know the beauty industry is a winning industry. It's one that outlasts everything and people really buy there. So that's where I've honed my selling skills and just getting confidence in myself as a seller, which I'm able to then translate into my consultancy business. That's how I'm able to confidently demand
to sell the service as well.
Exactly. So it's almost like the beauty business has been the mentor for my consultancy business, you know. And also a driving force is my family. Again, you know, I want my children to not rely on the system or the state or a 9 to 5 or anything like that. And my husband's the same. So he's an entrepreneur and also has a 9 to 5, because we really, really do believe in like just not relying on one thing. It's very risky to just rely on one thing. I'm sure Primark during lockdown has now seen, you know, they only had
push have gone online. Exactly,
you know. So it's just so that no matter what happens in life, I know I've given all that I could have, because one of my biggest fears actually is regrets. I'm the person that I like to live with no regrets, and I think I can pretty much confidently say, I live with no regrets. Maybe I have one or two, which, considering how long I've been on this world, I think is a good number to have.
It's a good number to, exactly, as I was about to say, it's a good number to have. Yeah,
I really don't believe in regrets. So that's my driving force, to know that I've
that's good. But even most people are billionaires. They don't rely on one income. They rely on more than one income. So what you're doing is exactly the right pathway to become a millionaire. Because if you rely on one, the job finished, what happens? So you gotta find other streams to still put a roof on your head, clothes on your body, feed the children. And when you're a mother as well, your priorities change. You know, your focus is my children, and they're gonna be okay. You know, because I remember when I became a mother.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said when I became a mother, my priority changed. The things I used to do before I was a mother to when I'm a mother. Because I'm thinking, no, my kids have to, you know, have to have a good life. What can I do to help you? And I do things so that they can learn from me as well, you know.
big time.
So you're saying about your singing, sorry, say that about your singing?
Yeah, I was just saying, so with my singing as well, yes, I get income from royalties, but I also get paid to songwrite. I get paid to do backing vocals. So even with that, it's broken
It
down.
still brings you income,
Income, yeah.
Yeah. And that is very important. It's important to do that. The next question is not just for the Zambian community, but for women in general. How do we as women expand the women's network to accommodate all women entrepreneurs? What do you think we could do as women?
I think just being open, and being transparent. So I think sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, but sometimes there's this preconception that like women working with women is there can be friction there, like you'll hear people say,
there's always they're not going to agree together, they're not going to come to an understanding.
Yes. And I think we all just need to be aware of that, and because of that, just give each other more grace and willing to be more open and more transparent in sharing our victories, but also sharing our failures, which I don't think women do as much as men. Feel free in the comments to correct me.
Please.
But I feel like women, maybe it's emotional, maybe it's not. I don't want to get too caught up in stereotypes, but I just think transparency and being willing to share lessons would take us a long way, because sometimes even in the networks that we have, everybody's very guarded. So then what's the value? Or people only share certain things,
things.
They might share that things are not going well in their job, but they won't share that things are not going well in their marriage. So we're not getting to see
the full picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that I think would definitely take us a long way, because then people would be more willing to join women's networks because they know the value add they're gonna get from it.
And it's because of the transparent of it as well. So what do you think causes that then, where we feel like because we hide or feel like not sharing? What do you think causes women to do that?
Yeah,
you think it's jealousy, or it's just feeling like for me, I believe I can talk about my business idea to anybody. You can have no idea, but if you don't have my vision, you can never execute what I was thinking. That's me. And I always tell people, I use examples like, if you go in a supermarket, how many bread do you see on an aisle? There's different types of bread.
Yeah.
It's an idea someone came up with, but someone still made another bread and just changed it a little bit.
Exactly.
So you can share an idea with somebody. And I just feel like it's either lack of confidence in the person, maybe they're not trusting their business themselves, and they feel if they share, they might not be able to give the support that person might need. Or it could be, like I said, where they think, if I tell them my idea, they'll steal it from me, that kind of thing. So I don't know. It is a shame that, but I feel like this lockdown has kind of opened up the women's network somehow.
Yes, it has. It's taken us forward.
I feel like I'm seeing a lot of groups that have women this. I'm like, let me join. So I've joined quite a few. Yeah.
It has. I guess the real test will be post-lockdown, and when we living with COVID really is our new normal,
Yeah, the new normal, yeah.
The real test. And I think gossip holds people back a lot, knowing that
that's annoying.
Information, is it going to just stay here? Or are people going to and then are they then going to judge me because of it? You know how men, you can find out, for example, like men within men, they can find out that their guy friend is in a lot of debt, and they won't change their opinion of their guy friend.
They won't, and that's the truth. They won't change their opinion. They won't change the respect. They won't change nothing. They must even support. I'm not saying all women, but some men do it as well, though. There's some men who are very as well, who are gossipers as well, though. So there's some men who gossip as well.
Definitely, but I feel like with women, we have a harder time sometimes separating and segmenting information. So say, for example, your friend now tells you she's having trouble in her marriage. You then become like, I don't know now. You start thinking,
if I'm going to be, I should go to a house, or I should be reading my friend, because if my marriage is going wrong, it might rub on to me. It's like, what?
Yes. Exactly.
I find that to be so stupid. I find that ridiculous. Seriously. It's like, how can you put the two together? Just support your friend.
Yeah.
See if you can help your friend.
Exactly.
Don't start putting yourself in their business.
No, exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy how some like Dennis has agreed, some men also are the same. Some men are the same, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. It's
And
just
like Charlie says, there is a room for everyone in terms of
exactly.
Yeah, there's a room for everyone. And I think it's just about, like you said, the transparent is very important, and the welcoming, making people feel welcome,
Yeah.
and learning to keep information and sharing when it's necessary. If you tell me something, I should gain permission from you to say, is it okay if I share this with somebody? If you say no, then don't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. But me, I've got a way how I deal with that. If I hear someone talking about me, I put you in a three-way call. I don't have time to waste. No, seriously, because I don't have time about he said, she said, who said. Yeah. I'll just put you in a three-way call, and the both of you argue. I say, delete both of your numbers because you sit together. Because I don't have the time.
Yeah.
I'm very kind of brutal like that. I don't like stress.
No, neither do I.
I don't like stress. So I find the things like that to be petty and very childish. So I'd rather just stop it before it just goes too far.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even when if I join groups of women groups, the moment I just don't feel comfortable, I feel like I just come out, I just pull out. And I'll explain, say, I don't think it's for me, because I'll tell them the truth. I just don't feel like this group will benefit me.
Yeah.
Because the way you talk in the group, there's no respect for each other or something. I'll say how it is. Yeah. So, being Miss Busy, how can you describe or outline your typical day? Like your typical day. Yeah.
It's funny when you have children. I feel like how typical can typical get? But
in the normal way. Okay, let's. I don't know whether give it me the normal way, like normal without the corona, and then give me one when the corona's happened.
Okay.
Like what's
so
typical day like?
I'll give you a day at work. Pre-corona. So you wake up, you what do I do next? It depends. Well, actually, it depends on if I've woken up by myself or if my son has woken me up. But anyway, so we'll have our wash and whatever else. We'll have breakfast, and then I will drop him at nursery. I'll then go to work. After work, I will pick up my son. I will exercise, and then make dinner, serve dinner for everybody. Then I'll read a story and read the Bible with my son. And then it's time to just have like quiet time with my husband. So we'll chill, we'll watch something on TV. We might then eat something together, so like a dessert or something like that. And then whilst he's asleep, I'll have my like personal quiet time, because I'm usually awake a lot longer than he is, whereas he wakes up before me. He's a morning person. So then that's when I'll have my quiet time and then go to bed. Now, the only thing different about COVID is now I don't go to the office. I stay at home.
I
so
get you.
I don't have a set exercise time. I can just exercise
anytime.
Meetings. I can then also meal prep between meetings. So that's how it changes there. Otherwise, everything else stays the same. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not, it doesn't, I thought it would sound more, because you're so busy, so I thought it would be so like, I do compound, like, whoa, but it sounds very easygoing.
It does, because I have a schedule. So it's not like I do YouTube, music, FM, all my businesses on one day. No,
it's kind of separate them.
Exactly. So I only ever do orders for my beauty and perfume business on one day. It's not like every single time.
I get you. Okay.
I ever record and edit YouTube on one day. And again, it's time boxed. So it will be a period of 3 hours that I'll record and I'll edit. And then obviously you can schedule to post it. My business consultancy. Again, the consulting time, it will only be 30 minutes to an hour max. And if I don't have an actual like consultancy meeting call, then I'll use that time to do a blog post. So very early on, because these are not my first businesses. I started business when I was like 18, very early on. I learned that you have to manage and pace yourself. Otherwise, you're just going to burn out and you're going to quickly find that you hate the thing that you used to love.
Yeah.
So doing it like that also makes it more enjoyable for me. And then I don't feel overwhelmed, because I've managed to create a rhythm.
Yeah. And Charlie has said, when we said Women Network, he said the same idea can be executed in different ways. So let's support one another. So Charlie bakes cakes, and our cakes are different to someone else's cakes. She makes the test. I think just the texture is different.
Yeah.
But someone else can design the same, but she does everything different as well. So I understand what Charlie's saying there. So the next question is, if you had a chance to start your career over again, what would you do differently?
Nothing. I've had a really, really good career and I've been really blessed. Yeah. I'm currently in my dream job. So years ago, I knew that I wanted to be a change manager.
Okay, what did that? How did that come about? I think
I just saw the title somewhere and I just thought, yes, that'll be good for me.
Did you see the title or did you see the money? Which one?
Well, both, because yes. So I'm one of those people. I see what salary do I want to be on? What jobs are within that salary? And then, so I did that even before I had kids because I always knew. So thankfully, I'm in a very flexible job. Before COVID, I only went into the office 3 days a week. And that's because even before I had children, I had planned, I need to be able to be at home with my children. I want to be able to make my husband home cooked meals. I want to have energy to sleep with him. I don't want to be one of those people that's just haggard and just running and
shattered, looking like a loft person. But that's where you came here. Like you said, it's all about the time management. It's all about the planning in this, to give you that time to do everything.
Exactly.
And then people who don't understand, they're saying, oh, she does this. When does she have time for her family? You're like, no, I have time. I have more than enough. There's 24 hours in a day. I can do a lot of things in there. Like for me, my schedules, wake up in the morning, early in the morning, the kids' school, they start at 7:40, drop them off, go to work, after work, pick them up, go home, cook. But I manage to do everything. The people say, I said, yes. And after that, I take them to the park or I go out. How? Because I plan my time. I plan everything. I got schedule. I know what I'm doing. Like I've been doing it, after a while as well, it becomes a habit,
Exactly, yeah.
And it's important to cook at home. Not everybody, it's important to have time for your husband, time for yourself. It's important, because if you don't, you're not there for them, it doesn't work. And Cassandra said she likes you. You seem very relaxed and doing very well.
Thank you.
Which is true. Which is true. You are very relaxed and doing very well. So thank you, Cassandra says. So so I'm glad that you like your job. Like for me, I found, I like that you liked it, and from there you've just been doing it. So it means you have so much experience to the point where you've managed to open up your own business. So that's amazing. And when you love something, you just gotta do it.
Yeah.
So what are the key activities would you recommend the entrepreneur to invest their time in? And I know one of them you've mentioned, which is about reading and researching, because you said you read a lot.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend?
So reading and research. And actually the second one is just trial and error. Don't wait for something to be perfect. Don't wait until you feel like there's space in the world for you to do it. There's always space in the world for you to do things. And I think Sally had said it. Even if somebody's got the same idea, we should support each other. So get something out there, and start testing, because you're going to make mistakes, but that's fine. Mistakes are just a way for you to learn and grow and move on. So actually after that, don't be too hard on yourself when things don't go right. Initially, things are not going to go right. And quite often they go wrong.
Of course.
Just keep
but we learn from our mistakes. The mistakes help you to learn from it. To say what it's like. I remember when my first time I was cooking in Shima. I didn't know how to cook it. The first time it came with these bowls, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I tried to do that, nothing. When I served it, everyone was like, Maria. I was like, I don't know how to cook Shima. And then someone then said, no, you do it this way. You do it that way. I practice and practice and practice. And now I cook good shima. And when I cook shima, not just tooting my own horn, people actually say, Maria, shima is very good. I said, I know. I cook with love.
Well, I need to have some.
No, seriously. Every time I cook my shima, people say, Maria and shima. I said, I know, right? Because I make sure, because I've learned the process now. And, I practice and I practice to make it come out perfect, And learning from mistakes is part of life. We have to learn from mistakes. If we don't learn from mistakes, how would you know?
You won't.
Even when I'm in schools, I do talk to kids to say, let's say this week, a lot of kids are doing their PP exams and they're doing their exams after the lockdown. Some of them, yes, they didn't get the grades they got. I said, no, don't feel defeated. Don't be defeated. Use this grades to say, what can I do differently so that my next result, I get better? Yeah. Put a plan in place that can make you do better. But if you give up and you feel defeated, how are you going to move the next step? Yeah. Either way, you still have to go forward. So you have to try, Definitely. Me, I used to read about, I'm more of a book reader because I like highlighting and stuff. So online, no, I'm not an online reader. I'm more of book. So I haven't really read a lot of books this year, I won't lie. Yeah, just more researching online and getting information that way. That's what I've been doing as well. Is there anything else that you'd so let's say with the FM perfume, what made you take a risk of going that pathway? I know it's your love of perfume, but how did you know that people would actually want to buy from you when they could actually, instead of going to buy the original one, why should they buy from you? What made you feel like, okay, I'll do this business?
Yeah. Do you know what? And
or is it because was it because the love of your scent perfume that you thought I know I'll sell it because I like perfumes?
No, because you know what? One thing that I've learned in business is it's not about you. People are very, very selfish inherently. And I don't really see that as a bad thing. It's just something that we have to recognize. And I know in the same way that I love a bargain and I like smelling good, I'm not the only one out there. It's not like this is some freaky obsession that I have. So I just knew
everyone does that. We're mothers now. We are, we're parents. The thing we used to buy when we were single, we don't do those things anymore. No, some people do them. I'm sorry. There are people who do them. Me personally, I'd reach a stage where I said, nah. Yeah. I have to change my style now. Yeah. I need to have money for my kids every month. I need to do this because I know if I spend this designer, I won't have that. Nah, it's no point.
Yeah. Yeah. So I just knew that I'm not the only one. I didn't know what perfumes people would like, but I knew I'm not the only one that likes a bargain, and I'm not the only one that's like smelling good. So I don't stockpile any perfumes. No,
get you.
Because there's over 150 scents. So people come to me and they say what they want, they pay,
and then you order that way. Oh, so there's no even stock keeping for you then? Yeah, no, so there's no stock keeping for you?
No.
Oh, cool. So it's even good business. So for anyone who wants to start this business, they can do it as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, amazing. That's good.
Exactly.
So the last question for the day is, what is the best part of your life experience you would alter if you had the chance to?
Alter? My wedding day.
Okay.
I was 2 hours late for the ceremony.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that the tradition, or said the bride has to be late tradition thing?
Yeah.
But yours is
sure. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. And I would just be way more organized. Like on the morning of my wedding, I went to Westfield to go and buy eyelashes. Like just the day was just, we were printing the programs on the day. Oh, it was just, And actually, I'm planning.
Funny enough, you may not believe this, but for me, it's my wedding dress. My hair was a disaster on my wedding day. I cried. I became a Brazilla.
Really?
My hair, no, seriously. My hair was not done the way I showed a picture of how my hair should be done. I asked her what hair I should buy, bought everything, went to her. She didn't ask me what I wanted, and I kept telling her what she did this hair thing, and I looked in the mirror and I just had fits. I cried, I screamed. I didn't leave. My mom came, my auntie came, Maria leave. I said, I'm not leaving till she fixed my hair. Her husband came. I said, are we not going anywhere till she fixed my hair? So that's one thing I would like to change.
Yeah, my wedding day, like I liked the how I looked, but the day was just really unorganized. You know,
Okay.
when you're supposed to drink, so your husband has a drink, you have the drink. The drink that was on our table was green. So in the pictures, we're both drinking a green drink. Like it was just things like that, you know.
The little
We
things.
verses that we wanted people to read.
Right.
Why people came with their old King James Version Bible? So people were now confused as to what the people were reading at the front. So it was, you know, like small details like that, you know. Yeah. So definitely, when I hit 10 years of marriage, we're gonna do vow renewal. We wanted to do it at 5 years, but then I got pregnant and Corona. So
And then
10 years,
everything just changed.
5
Yeah, no,
years.
no, everything happens for a reason. So it gives
Yeah.
you enough time to plan everything. So I'll leave you. I'll let you talk to the audience about your FM business. While you're doing that, I'll create. I'll get you. So the number I have on WhatsApp can that be shared on here for them to contact you. Okay, and I'll put. I think you've WhatsApp me the website for the consulting, right?
Yeah.
So I'll share those now. Well, I'll leave you to talk with the audience. So I'm gonna let you speak to the audience. Well,
Great. So if you want to contact me about anything that I've mentioned here, so whether it's my songwriting services, my business consultancy, my perfume business, the number will be shared below for you to contact me. Or even if you're just a woman and you're in a space now and you're thinking, do you know what? I just need a bit of motivation, a bit of inspiration. I'm all for being part of that woman's network. I'm not like exclusive. I don't um, cut people off, you know, that are just trying to do better in life, which is why I am sharing my number. I do think there is power in getting around like-minded people, and the fact that you are watching this interview, the fact that you are a friend of Maria, I know that you are a powerful person, and we probably have like minds. Now, specifically in terms of the FM perfume, I can help you match any designer perfume that you buy. Now, it's a great time to shop now because obviously Christmas presents don't allow the fact that you're not able to see somebody like in the flesh to prevent you from getting them a gift. And if anybody contacts me today, I will give you the special deal of free postage and packaging. Usually you pay for that, so it works out about 10% off. So any designer fragrance that you love, and we've got such a wide range. So we're talking anything from like Joe Malone to Gucci, Jimmy Choo, just so many. There's literally a wide range. Also feel free to just contact me to get a list of the perfumes that we do. So it's not that by contacting me you're committing to doing anything. No, it's nothing like that. You can just contact me. I'll send you the list. I'll send you a breakdown of what we currently have. You can go through that and then get back to me. There's also the opportunity, if you're thinking, I would like to get into this business. I've always wanted to start a business, but I've never known what. You can also contact me and I can set you up. It's completely free. So remember, I said I'm low risk. I am definitely low risk. So it's actually completely free to join. So I see it as a win-win situation. And there's nothing like, you know, targets or every month you have to buy this, that, and the other. There's nothing like that because I just wouldn't join anything like that. So yeah, that is the FM business. Now, in terms of my books, I'm not sure if Maria is going to post the Amazon links below, but I will post the Amazon links. However, if you want a hard copy, do get in touch with me. I do have a couple of hard copies. Oh, yeah, I've just seen the link for the books being posted. So you can get the books on Amazon, Kindle. Then you can read it over and over. I'm not sure if the hard copies are online though. So if you do want a hard copy, give me a shout, take my number, get in touch, and I can sort you out with a hard copy. Yep, 07492048663. Yep. So that's my number. Feel free to get in touch and just, you know, keep it above board and all that kind of jazz. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else in terms of songwriting. So I know there might be some artists that are watching this. Now, the way I work in terms of songwriting is if you've got a beat or you've got a concept, you just send that over to me and then I can draft some ideas. I can even do you demo vocals. So if you are somebody who is not necessarily very good at vocal arranging and you're thinking, oh, she's just going to provide me with the song note, I can provide you with all the parts as well and we can work on the project in that way. If you need the beat produced for you as well, I work with some really, really excellent, affordable producers who can hook you up with your own individual beat because music is powerful and you can really change the world with music. There's just so much that you can give music wise. So if this is something that you've wanted to experiment with, or you are a seasoned musician and you're just looking to up your pen game, because my pen game is, it's there, I don't want to boast that the pen game is there. So feel free. And that's gospel and non-gospel. So a wide range of styles, anything that you are looking for, I can sort you out in that way. And then finally, in terms of the business consultancy, I haven't seen the link posted for that yet, but we'll see. Oh my gosh, my battery is on 10%, so let's hope it holds out. But in terms of the business consultancy, yep, that's it, changemanagementnow.co.uk. We can work with small to medium, even large businesses. So I've worked with accountancy firms like Deloitte, but I've also worked with banks, I've worked with charities, I've worked with local government. So my experience spans all of the sectors. So I would definitely recommend you have a look at the website and see what package is best for you. Otherwise, if you're not sure and you just want to have a chat, again, contact me on the same number. We can discuss that and see what is best for you. So yeah, I think that's that.
You did amazing.
I wasn't sure if
Yes.
my battery
So
would hold.
I'm hoping people got your details. If not, they can still come through me as well. Anyone, I'll share them as well. So that's Mrs. Number. Please contact her for music, perfumes, consultation, entrepreneur. If you want her to guide you, support you, just even if you want to just be a sister for her to listen to you, she's one of those people. She's a very talented person, very hardworking woman, very perseverant, very determined. Because, like I said, I stalk her. I do stalk her. So no, I do because I like to see women excel and doing well. It motivates me too. It motivates myself even more. Like, oh, I'm doing all right. I thought I was in this game by myself. And I know where I can go to say, how did you do that? Are you able to guide me, support me? And that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
We are about all learning from each other, sharing each other. So thank you so much for honoring me and coming on the business chat with Maria. I hope you've had a fantastic evening, and thank you to our audience.
Thank you.
What do we share? Oh, we shared the management one. Sorry, let me share your management one. Sorry, just bear with me.
No
worries. So this is the management one for those who are asking. So Ni-Si can help, rethink or revive your business, especially in this difficult time. It's time when some people are giving up, but speak to Ni-Si and let her advise you, because she's coming with so many experience. Hear what she'll say, but remember, nothing comes for free. You have to pay for service, because she's got so much experience.
So you can see if I'm worth my money in the 30 minutes consultation. So
I was about to say, exactly. Also, it's 30 minutes free.
Yeah, 30 minutes free.
Okay, so you get 30 minutes free, and within that, it's true, you get to know if she's worth the money or not. Yeah. But but sometimes you do get people who think, I just want to ask a question and that's it. You're thinking, no, you still have to pay for the service.
I'm sure when they ask a question, they'll realize how much they don't know. Like my motto is, you don't know what you don't know until somebody shows you. So I'm very confident in that 30 minutes, there will be gaping holes that you have overlooked.
Yeah, and that's very true. You don't know until you know.
Yep.
That's very true. Yeah. No, thank you so much for honoring me, and I
Oh,
hope you've had a lovely evening. Thank you for inspiring us, inspiring me as well, and I hope the audience have been inspired and they've learned a lot. Thank you, Kasonde, for watching. Thank you, Dennis, for watching. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Clara, for watching. Summer minus C. Thank you, Sis Edith. Sis Edith, finally you've watched. She's always promising me to watch, so she's watched. Thank you, Sis Messi, for watching as well. Who else is there? Thank you, Sis Caroline, for watching. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Deborah, as well. So quite a few have watched. So thank you for spending your time in the audience and for coming on the business chat with Maria. Look out for my next guest, which will be on the 28th of November. And that will be with Abigail. She will be founder of a boutique. And that's what we'll talk about. So Ni-Si, thank you so much. Is there anything you'd like to say before we log off to the
just thank
audience?
you for having me, and thank you
It's
for
a
all that are
pleasure.
watching and who are to watch. And just enjoy life. It's short.
That's it. Enjoy life for sure. We have to enjoy life. And Charlie said, thank you, ladies. And thank you, Charlie, for sharing as well ideas of women supporting each other. We can support one another and, be there for each other. The world is very small. And that's what I found out. Like the world is very small. You may not think you may need somebody, but we all need somebody.
Yeah.
And the way the say goes, no man is an island. I believe in that say. No one is an island. You need somebody, and we all need one another. So thank you so much, everybody. So Ni-Si, thank you so much for coming.
Bye. Take care.
All right, see you.